Hello! Yeah, I swallowed a frog right before we started. So, hello, Internet Land. We are here, gonna do some more Golden State Monsters. I think there's a time jump in this one too, if I remember correctly. This is gonna be super fun. We are playing Monster of the Week, so please check that out. It's really a very versatile, fun, you can make a lot of mistakes kind of thing, and it's yeah, good is bad, bad is good, kind of depends on how you play. A bad roll can be a good roll in the long run. Those kind of things. It's kind of fun. So check that out. The links on that are usually on our Twitch, but they also are on our YouTube in the description. So please check those out. But I think we're on our final arc, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about this. It has a little bit of do we call it pseudo history? History adjacent. However you want to put it that way. But I love how Michael does these types of things with his stories, to where it's based in history, but there's some creative liberties taken, and I really really enjoy that. So I'm gonna give it right over to him. This is Michael Panish.
Oh, thank you so much, Scooter. I would say creative history is a really good term
Nice.
for it. I think pseudo history works too. I love all those, and thank you very much for the kind words. All right, so welcome to Golden State Monsters, the epic Western saga of frontier madness and mayhem in the bloody heart of the California Gold Rush. But we're not in the California Gold Rush anymore. We're in a whole new kind of gold rush, the gold rush of Hollywood. And the gold is cinema. The year is 1916, and Hollywood is pretty new. It went as far as it could get from Thomas Edison and um, his film company, which is, I don't know, filming an elephant being electrocuted. So I'm good that guy didn't start movies. And yeah, they're making some fun moving pictures over there in Hollywood. But little do they know that some of the individuals who they're about to hire to solve some problems at the studio are not what they seem. They're played by two of our wonderful time tabletop mainstays, who I'll go ahead and introduce right now. So please tell me who you are, who you're playing, and then we'll go back and we'll kind of talk about what they're like now, and like sort of what happened to them in the many years that have passed since we last saw them. Because that 18 is now a 19. So we'll see what's going on. So starting with wonderful friend, wonderful time tabletop guy, it is Nick.
Well, hello then. I'm Nick, and Levi Kesberg has spent a long time and now goes by Leon Kesberg for various reasons. So yeah, he's a little bit different. He's technically not using the Monstrous playbook anymore, so we will discuss that. Or I don't know about, we want to do that now or after introductions.
Let's do the introductions real quick, and then we'll kind of bounce back and get
Yeah.
any things we can sort of pick up in media res, as I kind of or maybe what I'll do is I'll sort of start the story,
Sure.
And then we'll kind of flash over your character and you kind of describe the situation. There's any mechanical stuff we can talk about it there, and the same
Sure.
with our next player, uh, another great friend, another amazing time tabletop person. Uh, very very happy, very thankful to both of you guys here. Of course, it is Cat.
Hi, I'm Kat. I almost said I'm playing Kat. Just take the mask off, put it
Oh
away. No, I'm Kat,
no,
and I'm playing Lucille Lucky DeVille, a private investigator, and all around snazzy dresser, shop cookie, whatever you want to say. I also have an alternate demon form, but let's not get into that right now. I serve Lilith, the mother of devils, the mother of demons, however you want to put it. I'm here to do as she wills and maybe have a little bit of fun on the way.
all I love it. What an introduction. So speaking of introductions, we're cutting ahead to Maxima Studios. It's one of those big moving picture producing film studios in newly formed Hollywood. They're sprouting all over the place. Maxima makes variety of different pictures. You got your wacky comedies, about like a guy uh, trying to make a pie. He's falling out of a building. Just endless hilarity stuff there. Um, they hit a good early hit with the guy sneezing. People really like that one. Um, the one of the train pulling into the station got mixed reviews though. Um, but they've moved on to westerns, and they're looking back at history as all of Hollywood is doing right now, as they're cranking out all of these wonderful silent movie westerns. They are making one called Golden State Monsters, and unfortunately, while they're filming the opening, while they're filming, something has gone wrong. So the studio owner, the big producer, this guy named E.C. Randall, your classic, cigar chomping Hollywood producer type, puts out the call to some individuals who can solve problems. And he brings Leon Kesberg and Lucky DeVille over to the film set, on an on location set that we'll talk about in a moment.
What's his name again?
So his name is E.C. Randall.
Thank you.
So he'll be meeting you there at the set. It's on location in Vasquez Rocks, this like Los Angeles location where there's these picturesque, sandy, spiky rock formations jutting into the sky. Noteworthy for later being featured on a famous episode of Star Trek, and also being the real hideout of notorious 1870s Los Angeles outlaw Tiburcio Vasquez. But that is where we'll kind of enter the story. So, Leon Kesberg, how does he show up? Is he driving? Is he walking,
Yeah.
riding a horse? And what is going on with Leon Kesberg?
So, Leon does have a car. It's actually part of his. He is now of the professional playbook, which means that he has joined up with a agency of probably of the governmental variety. For your information, Michael, they are a well-armed and rigorously trained agency that is very bureaucratic and gives very cryptic missions.
Okay. Are we thinking they're the government, or are they a private organization?
I was gonna say government, but
Makes
maybe
sense to
they're
me.
maybe they're a secret governmental agency.
Ooh, naturally. Do you have a name for them, or should we come up with this name together?
I don't. I
Ooh,
hadn't thought.
Okay. All right. We'll just call them for now the Bureau.
Sure.
I do know the Bureau of Information, what will become the FBI, was around at this point with a young, terrible J. Edgar Hoover running it.
Yeah.
But I don't know if this Bureau is related to that at all. But
Right.
we can call it that for now.
Sure.
All right. So
So-
you roll up in your
It's-
vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
We should do. I mean, we did a horse talk. Cars aren't nearly as cool as horses, in my opinion. But we should do a real quick. If you want to describe
Sure. Yeah.
your car, describe what Kesberg looks like as he emerges into that harsh LA sun.
Sure. His car is, as part of the mobility move of the professional, I get to give it sort of good things and bad things. So it is surprisingly roomy inside and looks like any other car, therefore, like AKA it's anonymous. but it is very temperamental, as
Ooh,
cars
nice.
in that time would be. Um,
Absolutely.
so yeah, I don't know names of cars and of those times,
Yeah,
so
especially names of cars from like 1916.
16, yeah,
We can imagine, it's one of those cool
yeah,
like touring cars.
yeah,
You pop out.
yep.
Are you wearing motorist goggles?
Um, no, what Leon is wearing is a pretty like a tailored suit with a nice fedora hat, as is the times. He's sort of switched out his more westerny regalia for more like professional suit and tie. Um,
Nice.
yeah, he does have
All right.
a
So as
yeah
soon as you arrive,
yeah he's got a
oh,
38 on his hip
yeah, please, please.
and still carrying his old cane sword.
Oh, so cool. So you pull up to the studio. Um, you see kind of like the film set, the trailers, the sort of camera filming equipment ahead of you. Crandall comes out to meet you. Um, Very like rotund guy, brown checkered suit, big bow tie, big cigar. And this is also when Lucky DeVille makes her appearance. So, Kat, what is Lucky's conveyance like?
Well, I'm being driven, I hope, at the studio's expense. If they want to hire me, I would imagine that they can pay for a car. Do
Oh,
they not?
naturally, they send a car around to fetch you.
Good, because Mr. Tommy O'Bannon has better things to do with his time than drive little old me around. I'm currently wearing a scarf to keep my hair from having been blown around too much, and oversized sunglasses to keep the sun off of my eyes. When I step out of the car, I am wearing a fashionable dress, but not so ridiculous that it seems like it's a full evening dress. I do believe in dressing for the time of day. And yes, I was told that we would be out in a sandy desert area, but I'm still wearing heels. A lady must wear her heels at all times. If I could, I'd wear them to bed. Anyway, la-di-da. I'm a blonde bombshell type. My hair is immaculate, as are my nails. And I straighten my dress out ever so slightly, as it has gotten mildly rumpled in the car. Make my way forward and
Oh
address
man,
Mr. Randall. Greetings, Mr.
whoa!
Randall. Lucky DeVille.
I gotta say, I love Lucky so much already. I just so much. Um, yeah, Mr. Randall. He like takes out his cigar, shakes your hand. Big smoke cloud in the air. Yeah, pleased to meet you. You're Miss DeVille, is it?
Correct.
And you must be Mr. Kessberg.
That is who I am.
Yeah,
She
welcome,
gives
welcome.
Kessberg a look over. Does he seems fashionable, he's tailored. Yes.
Yeah, he's got a tailored suit. His yeah, and well, I'm sure I don't know if Miss DeVille would have recognized who he was, but he's definitely. If she does, she would note that he has a little bit more color than he used to.
Hmm.
But uh, Leon does not actually recognize Miss DeVille,
Correct.
so he sort of puts his hand out and it's like, Miss DeVille, it's very nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you as well, Mr. Kessberg. She holds out her hand, like,
Oh, interesting.
to be kissed.
Yes, and he does it.
Ooh. Do we think Lucky recognizes Kessberg?
Oh, I'd imagine that I do, but I'm not going to say a damn thing about it. Lady knows when to keep her mouth shut.
Okay. Makes sense. Randall, of course, has no idea about the backgrounds of your characters. He just knows, you're the ones to call if something has gone wrong. He leads you into the set and he's like, uh, so what do you know about Westerns?
It's
I know they
quite the
involve.
time.
They involve cowboys and Indians running at each other, do they not?
That they do. And let me tell you who also runs people to the theater to see them. These westerns are big business. Let me tell you, that great train robbery picture, it was Boffo BO. Americans can't get enough of seeing their history reflected to them. All flashing six guns and big Stetson hats. So it's time that Maxima Pictures gets in on it. And we're not doing none of that old OK Corral, Billy the Kid nonsense. That's all been done. We're going to the gold rush, some bit of California history for the California setting. I've had some of our writers dig up some real history as a basis for this picture. Naturally, they made a few changes. So, Gold State Monsters is all set to be a gold strike for Maxima until something went wrong and one of our stars has disappeared. He walks into kind of the main area where they're filming. They've created sort of like a classic Wild West town set. There's not much of not backdrops. Those stuff like you just like stand up facades of like the saloon, the general store, that kind of thing. But they're all just two-dimensional facades with the camera kind of pointing down the main street. There's a bunch of like kind of extras lounging around, smoking cigarettes. You can see some of the stars hanging back around those like cloth-backed folding chairs by the camera, but it looks like no one's really filming. Everyone's looking kind of upset. Crandall says, "You can see we got some real talent behind this picture. That's Bosco Brewer, the director. He's one of them arty European types. Used to work in theater, but he supposedly can get some good shots, make it look pretty, have the actors and actors kind of bounce around a little bit. These are some of our leads. You've probably seen them a few times. That's the famous heartthrob Billy Valentine. Actually, it's kind of a quinky dink. Kesberg, you'd have to have an ancestor around here back in the day, did you?"
I believe I did. Yeah, it was
Levi Kesberg, by
Levi.
chance?
Yes, that was my great grandfather, I believe.
Oh, speak of the devil. Levi Kesberg's the male lead in Golden State Monsters. That's who Billy Valentine is playing.
Fascinating. Lucky DeVille lights up a
Yeah.
cigarette.
And then over there, playing the female lead, is our movie queen, Maggie Dumont. She is playing Madame Demanche for this one.
Sorry, what was her name again?
But her name is Maggie Dumont. But here's the problem. Now, in some of the stories, the real Madame Demanche, she was a sort of soiled dove, we'll say, with some kind of weird horror movie connections. She had a whole bunch of creatures, familiars, I don't know what you call them, with her. One of which was this cat, apparently called Minwee. Something like that.
I believe I read something about that in some journals. I believe my great grandfather had.
Yeah.
Minwee, Madame
Well, look, I
Demanche.
took a look at that
Presumably, this
script.
woman was unbearably French.
Yeah. That's right. Which, hey, I like that. The audience likes French.
Certainly.
We're supporting France over there in the war, or I mean, not personally, but I'm rooting for them. So seeing a French character in the pictures, that's a good thing, and that accent, ooh la la. But anyhow, when I saw there was a
Shame
cat
that
in
it's
the
a silent film.
what's that?
Such shame that it is a silent film.
What other kind of film would it be?
Don't know, just nobody's gonna particularly hear the accent.
Yeah, well, when the dialogue is, in the dialogue boxes that appear, we'll make sure it's spelled with like all French words and stuff, so they'll know.
Well, très bien.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever that means. So, anyway, the script said it was going to be a cat. I was like, one word, change the cat. You can't direct cats. make it a dog. And we got the perfect dog to play it. The new character's name, instead of Min Wee, it's Wee Mo. Because we got Wee Mo the Wonder Dog. I got this dog under contract. This dog gets butts into seats. This dog made Maxima Studio. And then he starts to freak out a little bit. But now, this dog has been kidnapped.
So we're trying to find a canine.
Not just a canine, a bankable star canine. Wemo is one of the greatest movie stars this town has produced. And unlike, want to know the best part about him? I can pay him in dog food. So, he disappeared from his trailer. I don't know. He's run down the desert or something. I've had everybody looking for him. Nothing. I expect he's been kidnapped. Now, I don't know if there's any weirdness going on, but one of the things I like about Golden State Monsters, that's not just a Western picture, it's also a horror picture. It's got some ghosts, some supernatural stuff, and those kinds of things. Those get butts into seats too. There's one the Germans are making. Hasn't come out yet for a little while, but I got a little inside scoop over there in the film industry, calling itself Nosferatu, thinking that one's gonna be good. And there's this like Danish one called Swedish or something called Haxen about witches. Oh boy, that stuff's good. Anyway, people like things that are spooky, and they like Western, so this will be a good combination. But I don't want the spooky stuff creeping into real life. All right? So find Mo, find my Wemo, and bring him back.
Well,
Okay?
unless if we could be taken to where he was abducted, I'm certain that I could put my investigatory prowess to work.
He's like, yeah, sure. You can talk to the director and everything. He'll tell you what you need to know.
Presumably, it's something larger than a doghouse.
Oh yeah, Mo's got a full-on trailer for him. Wee is like ironic. He's a decently sized dog. I don't care how you do it, but find that dog. All right, I'm heading out. So long. And he heads back to his humongous 1910s limousine to roll away. So you do have the two movie stars, the director to talk to, and you can pretty easily find out where Wemo's trailer is as well.
I'm also realizing that it probably hasn't been that much time in between. So Levi is probably more of just a grandfather, not a great-grandfather, now that I think about it.
Oh, yeah, I would say so. It's been,
Yeah.
I mean, I think the last game was like 1860s.
So
This
yeah,
is
it hasn't been that long.
56 years or so. Yeah.
So
Yeah, time is funny that way. It's always a little less than you think, the time between these different eras.
Mhm.
All right, so to begin the search for poor Wee Mo,
Mhm.
Lucky, you wanted to head to his trailer?
Yes, we could always interview the director and the cast first.
Sure.
Okay.
I'll approach the director. Mr.
All right,
Brewer.
So Bosco Brewer. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Mr. Brewer, I presume.
Indeed, he's kind of like a short guy, like big jawed purrs, fancy curly mustache, and like huge monocle.
I was informed you're European, but which part of Europe specifically?
Oh, quite right. Jolly old Blighty, don't you know?
Yes. Not really. Most Brits that I know don't really consider themselves to be Europeans.
Well, our Mr. Randall, our dear producer, can be rather free with his tongue, shall we say.
Quite. So we're here to investigate your missing puppy dog.
Ah, yes. One of the many stars that's soon to grace the screen of Golden State Monsters. You know, they say never work with animals or children on the water. In fact, I said this. I coined that phrase.
Did you?
And I said it yesterday after this dog disappeared. We've searched all over this blasted desert and cannot find him.
Anybody unusual about the set? Somebody that isn't a. I'm sorry, I don't know all the terms for movies. I've heard that they use terms like gopher and gaffer and things such as that.
Oh, certainly. He thinks about it for a while. He's like, well, I'm afraid it's not exactly a closed set. We're sort of filming without a permit or anything of that nature. So other people can come and go at will. I haven't been aware of any too mysterious characters, but there were a strange number of prints in the dust around Moe's trailer. So it could be worth looking into. I couldn't make heads or tail of them.
And that might be of some interest, yes.
Yeah, definitely look into it.
Mhm.
I suppose that means that we should be careful when approaching the trailer so as to not disturb the footprints in the dust.
That is usually something you shouldn't do, is disturb the crime scene. Let's put it that way.
But tell me, was a prince besides dog prints unusual in some way? I suppose we can see for ourselves immediately, but what was your impression, sir?
He says, well, it's your line, rather. You should look at them yourself. I'm certainly not one to solve mysteries. I was completely flummoxed by the plot of Buster Keaton's Young Sherlock. I watched that one. I had no idea what was going on. So mysteries are just not my thing. But some of the prints did seem rather strange, rather human and yet inhuman. Perhaps you can make better sense of them than I.
Perhaps. But it was nice to meet you, Mr. Brewer.
Pleasure is mine. And, Mr. Kesberg, was it?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Are you aware that the main character, the male lead in this picture, is based on your ancestor, Levi Kesberg?
So I've heard. It's quite the man. I've didn't really know him too well. He kept to himself usually.
Ooh, interesting. Perhaps I shall send my star, famed heartthrob Billy Valentine to pick your brain and see what he can glean from you about your famous ancestor.
Seems reasonable.
How fortunate for you,
very
Mr.
good.
Kesberg,
All right.
you get to have your brain picked. Well, somebody's busy cannibalizing Mr. Kesberg's brain. I believe I shall investigate the trailer.
Wonderful. All right, so we're kind of splitting up a little bit. Kesberg's staying with the actors, and Lucky's kind of going a bit away to check out the trailer.
Yeah, sure.
That
Okay, let's have Lucky's section first. So Lucky, you arrive over at the trailer of Wee Mo. It is quite a bit bigger than a doghouse. Looks very fancy. It's got big pictures of Wee Mo painted on the side. He's like kind of a German Shepherd looking dog. Very photogenic. This dog somehow looks like he's smiling in every picture. Inside there's gilded water bowl, food dish, fancy dog beds, lots of toys for lying around. I don't know if the Oscars were around in 1916, if they have some weird precursor to them of the moving picture awards, the Flickr awards. Wemo has probably won a few for best movie dog, so some of those little statuettes are there in the corner. And there are indeed some weird footprints around the place, besides just the doggy prints.
All right, she'll investigate
Um,
those footprints.
all right, sounds like we're gonna do our first roll of the game.
Hmm. I'm
You're
going
going
to
to
use the
do
sight to
investigate a
detect.
mystery.
Indeed. I'm
Oh,
going
or
to
not,
use
maybe. Yeah,
this.
I should.
No, we will be doing an investigate a mystery.
Mhm.
But I'm using the sight to see if there's any particular magical influence of spirits about as well.
Ooh, okay. So this is like, so it's investigating. I know we've done the site one before.
Mm.
Like it gives you an extra thing to ask.
It gives me opportunities to spot clues. Basically, I can communicate and make deals with spirits, and they give me opportunities to spot additional clues when doing an investigative mystery. So things that maybe aren't necessarily noticeable to the naked eye, or events that happened in the past that the spirits witness. But also, I can see magical influence. So if whatever these alternate tracks are might be magical, might be some kind of monster, you know.
Oh, okay, very cool.
But let's roll investigate a mystery and see if that even matters.
Okay.
All right, well, I've got a 6 and a 4 on the dice, so that's 10, and then I get to add 1, so that's 11. So,
That's a good roll. All right, with that,
Indeed.
you can ask 2 questions.
yep. So I'd like to ask about the prince. What sort of creature is this?
Yeah. So you look at these footprints. I think looking into your past as a necromancer, you realize very clearly these footprints are like not feet with flesh on them or skin. These are like bare skeleton feet that have pressed into the dirt, and they leave a different kind of print than something wearing a boot or a foot with skin on it would make.
Hmm.
It looks like it was definitely a lot of them. Definitely like a dozen or so of these skeletal feet that surrounded the trailer and went inside.
Oh, goodness. And, where did they go? That's the second question.
Oh, okay. Um, yeah, you can see these feet like kind of trailing their way out and heading deeper into the desert.
Okay.
They do fade after a little bit, so you might need to do a little bit more to track them, but
Yeah.
you definitely have some idea of where they went.
Yep. Her eyes roll to the back of her head as she does her tune in. So she's going to attempt to attune to one of these skeletons.
Nice. Okay.
So you can attune your mind to a
And this
monster
is
or minion. This is a plus weird. And then I get to
Ooh,
ask some
okay.
questions if I succeed. If I
Super
fail, the
cool.
monster is just aware that I'm spying on it. FYI.
Oh man. Okay.
Well, I rolled 2 6s, and then I get to add a 3 to that, so 15. So
Holy
I
cow.
get to hold 3 here. So, where is the creature right now?
Ooh, okay. With that, you're able to pinpoint where it is. Looking through these like non-existent skeleton eyes, you see there's like a cave further out in the desert, like way out in Vasquez Rocks, away from kind of the main road or any civilization. It looks like a real old, dusty kind of outlaw hangout that's been long since abandoned, but that is where this skeleton is.
Okay. Just taking notes. All right. How would I grab its attention?
Ooh, okay. Um, Digging into the mind of this thing, you definitely get the sense this is like a minion. This is not something that is conscious anymore. Um, there's a little bit of like outlaw instinct left um, from when this guy was alive, and instinct is just like, do what the boss says.
Got it.
If he says steal this dog, steal that dog. So you get the feeling that if you like antagonize the boss or make the boss of this thing angry at you, it will come to you. It will attack you.
Oh. And does it have any plans to attack somebody next? Because I'm going to ask, who is it going to attack next?
Who's going to attack next? It doesn't seem. Ooh.
Sometimes
So
these
you get
questions
the
turn
idea
up
that like,
nothing.
yeah, well, you get the idea that this is like, the outlaw instinct is like, we just did the job, or we did like part of the job. There's more to come, but the boss hasn't told us what it is just yet. So this is kind of like, the lay low, play harmonica, eat beans, and wait for the boss to be like, all right, here's the bank we're going after. So it
So the
feels
big
sort of like
boss isn't there yet. Got it.
yeah, he might be, but you don't, you're not sure. You're not you just know this minion has been told to like sit tight.
All right. With that, she starts heading back and to possibly rescue Mr. Kessberg from this actor's annoying inquiries. Perhaps not.
Oh, all right. Well, Kessberg, you do know, like, I would say you do find it a little weird that, all of a sudden, this big Hollywood studio is making a movie like about you.
Mm-hmm.
Because the story, I mean, I think there were definitely a lot of witnesses to what happened
Right.
In Hangtown and elsewhere in California back in the day, but it wasn't particularly famous like a lot of other Western things are. Like this, everybody knows the OK Corral and Billy the Kid and Wild Bill Hickok and that kind of thing.
Mhm.
But the California stuff never really reached that level. So it does strike you as kind of weird. So maybe there's something more to this picture, to Golden State Monsters, than you might think.
Sure.
But anyway, the movie star Billy Valentine is like all right in front of you. Extremely good looking guy. And he's got this very like Wild West hero outfit. It's like all white, big like fancy white suit, like white cowboy hat.
Mm-hmm.
He's got like a dramatic like pencil mustache, and like big like revolver in his belt there, and he's like, Mr. Kessberg, I, Billy Valentine, Hollywood heartthrob.
Mm-hmm.
He is like very big like expressive movements with his hands. And is like all his facial expressions are always like super huge and over the top. So he's very easily understood even without sound.
Right.
He says, I understand that you are the ancestor. No, you are the descendant of the character that I am playing in this movie. Is that so?
I guess lucky for you, that is true.
Yes. I am surprised and delighted. Tell me this. What sort of man was Levi Kessberg?
Well, perhaps fortunately or unfortunately for you, he was a very secluded man. Tended to keep to himself and keep to the job. Let's put it that way. When he wasn't working, he was by himself. Didn't really.
Fascinating.
He wasn't much for carousing. Let's put it that way.
That is very intriguing. The story has changed him then in several ways. It's made him much more of a straightforward character, one who is a true hero.
Yes, I believe he did gain that heroic air to him as time went on, from what I've heard.
Ooh. He says, our major bankroll, our producer, seemed very keen to tell a different sort of story, a more heroic story. But I suppose that's what sells tickets, doesn't it?
You are more knowledgeable about this scene than I am, so I guess my work my work doesn't tend to sorry, player just lost the words. I don't tend to go to too many movies, so I don't know what really is popular.
Ooh. Well, I would suggest you see my 5-part masterpiece, Railroad Guy. I
Very on
play
the
a simple
nose.
railroad worker. What's that?
Very on the nose.
Yes, it's a masterpiece. Each installment 3 hours long.
Seems very
Um,
expensive.
yes. No expense was spared when they made Railroad Guy Part 2. So as you are talking, this is when Lucky returns.
Well, I'm sure you two have had a fascinating conversation. Mr. Kessberg, does your jalopy handle the desert very well?
I'm sure it can. Once I get her going, I think we'll be fine with it.
Otherwise, we'll have to borrow some horses from the set.
Right. No, I think should be able to get there. It's just getting there started. It's a little bit takes a second.
Well, I have a bit of a bead on the dog now.
Very well. Well done, Miss DeVille.
I'm
Seem to be
nothing if
very
not
keen.
observant. Yes, I'm quite observant, I've been told. I hope you don't mind me
Okay, so
removing him from your presence, Mr. Valentine.
Billy Valentine says, "Not at all. I think I've got what I need to really embody the character of Levi Kesberg. I've learned to imitate his steely gaze," and he like puts on the steely gaze for you.
Oh, quite steely.
What do you think?
A
Quite steely.
most admirable amount of steel. I'm sorry
Thank
we weren't
you.
able to talk to your co-star, Miss Dumont.
Maggie Dumont is like, "Hiya."
Hiya. You seem unbelievably French.
Yeah, I guess I'm playing a French lady in this one.
Yes, you certainly are.
You know, parlez-vous français and all that.
Indeed.
But it's okay. I just do the and I can faint really well. And they fixed it all up with those little boxes with the words in them. They can make me say whatever they want.
Fantastic. So nice to meet you. I certainly hope that these pictures never develop sound for your sake. Shall we?
I mean,
I
who
believe you
would
should.
want to hear them? Like, what would people say? It doesn't make it. Look, I don't even understand the idea of putting sound in these things. What would be the point?
Will be the point indeed.
Indeed.
Yeah. All right. Well, have fun in the desert.
Yes.
Yes, there should be a real barrel of laughs.
I think Lucky will notice that like as soon as Leon like turns away from their eyes, like his face like visibly goes like into a little bit of like disgust at sort of like
Ooh.
having to deal with them.
Yeah. So I would say as you pop out into the car and you drive your way kind of alone across the desert, you do get a bit of alone time here as you're like speeding over towards this cave.
Sorry to throw you to the proverbial wolves, Mr. Kesberg, but my methods of investigation are mildly unusual. I prefer to not have them be observed.
That's fine. It's not the first time that I've worked with someone who has unusual methods. Let's put it that way.
Oh, I'm certain. So you know other occultists, I'm sure.
Yes, both in the bureau and elsewhere.
The Bureau.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
that's
where.
fascinating. What's the Bureau?
The bureau is a secret government agency that I work with. That investigates the supernatural.
Oh, fascinating. I myself just happen to run my own little private investigatory company. Just me and my good man O'Bannon and my girl Friday, Lorna. And of course our office cat Midnight.
Yeah, hearing the name
Uh,
Lorna sort of sparks something. It's like Lorna. I I've heard that name before.
Well, I'd imagine so. It's not an uncommon name.
Hmm.
Why, where did you think you heard it before, Mr. Kesberg?
Uh, young woman I had worked with. Actually, sorry, I should say young woman. My grandfather worked with. Uh, actually, is the titular female lead of this movie.
Oh, I'd imagine she was actually French and not some squeaky Brooklynite pretending at it.
That is true. She was very French and had a few minions, one being Lorna of the ghostly persuasion.
Oh, Lorna of the Ghostly Persuasion. My Lorna happens to be an excellent typist, but if she's a ghost, I quite don't know about it.
Yeah, the journals that I read of him were quite fascinating, talking about supernatural things. It's sort of what got me going into investigating him.
Interesting.
Mhm.
I have to say, I am a little bit familiar with your ancestor. You do resemble images drawn of him.
I've heard that there is some uncanny resemblance between the two of us.
Well, it does happen, though. Generational features being inherited.
Mhm.
I've been told that I quite resemble my great grandmother.
Fascinating.
Not particularly, but still. She lights another cigarette.
so I must ask, how is Kesberg feeling? Like, do we think he's kind of putting two and two together and not saying it? Is he feeling kind of
um,
weirded out about this Hollywoodization of his life?
he's definitely yeah, the Hollywoodization of his life has definitely put him off a bit. Um, and hearing that his new investigation partner is has similar abilities and seemingly similarly named associates is very curious. I don't think he's quite put two and two together just yet. He's very close, I'm sure.
Ah, makes sense. And then, how do we think Lucky is feeling, or Madame Demange is feeling about meeting Kesberg after all these years?
Well, right now it's simply a matter of trying to maintain the ruse that I have no idea who he is. Well, he does look quite a bit healthier, so good for him. I suppose the southern air of Southern California seems to be doing well for his complexion.
All right. So after a little bit of some rough driving, some off-roading, your car arrives at the mouth of this cave. It's like built into the side of this jagged desert hill. Uh, there's a little path to it. And it looks like it was indeed the hideout of some outlaw gang way back in the day. There's like some old crates and wooden planks that are all worn down by the elements and are like splintery and sunblasted, kind of hanging around outside. And then inside the cave, you can see like darkness. Uh, right now, like the sun's just starting to set. You're getting like kind of some cool, that classic, Southern California purplish gold LA sunset over the desert. but there's like you can see there's like some kind of glowing light inside of this cave. Uh, and this is definitely the cave that you saw in your tune in, Lucky. All right. So you have some idea that poor Mo is in there. What do you guys do?
I think I will sort of leave the car and actually go around and open the door for Lucky. And once that is, I will go back to the small trunk of the car and pull out a. I guess for the times it would be closer to like a Tommy gun. So I have a submachine
Oh yeah,
gun.
it can be like. I think the Tommy gun wasn't quite invented just yet, but I think they had like
Yeah.
prototypes.
Yeah.
I
There's
mean,
a,
World War One's going on, so they probably had all kinds of crazy submachine gun prototypes running around.
mhm, yeah. So pulls out this submachine gun and sort of puts it on his shoulder. He's like, just in case.
Just in case. We're very close to the Tommy gun being invented, but no, it has not been invented yet.
Yeah, that's okay. Hey, I remember. Look, I played the historical documentary Battlefield One, and there is a Tommy gun type thing called like the Trench Annihilator you can get. So we'll say Kessler is one of those.
Well, it is invented in 1918, so he could have a prototype because of the agency.
It is.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, the agency
All right,
is
so-
well armed. So
Definitely,
makes
they have
sense.
some cool
What a
prototype guns.
What a fascinating gun you have there.
yeah, well, the nice thing about being part of the government, or even secretly, is get some prototypes that we can work with.
Fascinating. Well, it's about this time that I should reveal something to you that I do not reveal to everybody, but we're about to do some actual work.
Very well.
I'm relying on the idea that you can keep yourself a bit of a secret, Mr. Kasberg, no?
Ah,
And she takes on her demon form, which does look like Madame Demange.
Oh,
I had a feeling it was
cool.
you.
I admit I was not overly settled about saying Lorna, was I? But, it is I. What a wonderful person they've found to, resemble me.
Quite so. And
I'm sorry, I've rather lost my own accent. But, oui, c'est moi.
well, it's wonderful to see you again.
It's wonderful to see you as well, Monsieur Kasberg. You look more healthy than last time I saw you.
Through the bureau and a little bit of my own research, I was able to get rid of that pesky hunger. So
Ah, oui. She flexes her large white wings, large white leathery wings. She looks like she's carved out of alabaster.
Hmm.
And her eyes are a sharp, piercing blue. But still, it does resemble Madame Demange as you know her. She also has a couple of little horns.
seems your new patron has given you a new look.
She's quite my old patron now.
That's
But
true.
she's helped me keep my head, huh?
Very true. Very true.
Anyway, après vous.
Very well. Here we go.
All right. So you guys approach this cave situation. Are you kind of sneak in, or are you like just bursting right in?
I think we'll sort of. I think it would probably be more of like a cautious, not like
Mm-hmm.
running straight in. So
Ooh,
think we're-
okay.
yeah.
So you head inside. You see there is kind of like a little campfire burning away, and there's about like a half dozen skeletons gathered around it. They are cowboy skeletons. They got like they look like they were, old West outlaws who met their end somewhere out here and have been resurrected. So they got like decaying, broad brimmed hats, fallen apart coats. Um, Maybe some of them still have some skin, some facial hair clinging to their bones. But these dead outlaws have definitely seen better days. Their bones are all like weathered, uh, kind of blasted by the sand. Um, they all are armed though. A lot of them have like revolvers, rifles, shotguns close to hand, and you do see behind the campfire, tied up, uh, his leash tied to one of these logs is Weemo the Wonder Dog. I think I gotta make somebody do a roll to like be unseen, unless there's like a special move. So I would say maybe somebody could do act under pressure to be stealthy here.
Sure, I can do that. So 5 and 2 would be 7 on the dice. I believe act under pressure is cool, so it would be a total of 9.
Okay. The worst outcome: a hard choice or a price to pay. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna give you a hard choice.
Sure.
You can stay hidden, but when the boss of these skeletons shows up, he will be hidden to you as well. So you can surprise the skeletons, but you will be surprised. Otherwise, the skeletons will notice you, and then you'll also notice that someone else is kind of creeping up on the mouth of the cave.
I don't think it's completely necessary to be unseen at this point.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, so you like what do you think like you like step on some loose sand or uh pull the trigger too soon?
I think seeing sort of like the clothing of his past is sort of like brings back something, and he sort of forgets himself in the moment and just sort of keeps going and accidentally like kicks a rock that sort of skitters along the ground.
Oh man. It rolls down. You see a bunch of these skeletons like maybe one of them was trying to play a harmonica, which just falls over from its skinless lips. Skeletons can't play harmonica, you guys. All of them start going for their guns and aiming. Lucky, what do you do?
Okay. Lucky is going to try to put up a temporary ward to block bullets. As she draws like mystical symbols into the air, and it looks like blue flame. She is trying to basically bar a place to a person or a type of creature. So she's trying to set up a barrier between us and the skeletons. It probably won't stop bullets, but it'll at least stop the skeletons from getting too close.
Ooh. All right, so use magic.
This is use magic, yeah.
Okay, very cool.
All right, 6 and a 4 on the dice for a total of 10 plus 3 is 13.
Amazing.
So that means that means that I have an extra effect, an extra added benefit, because I do have the advance.
Okay. Nice.
So if it could stop the bullets too.
I love that. I think it will stop the bullets and the skeletons. So, what does this ward look like as you cast this magical shield?
It looks very much like the real version of the demonic kind of symbols that one would see in like a campy horror movie. You know what I mean? Like it's got pentagrams and, various sorts of runes that she's drawn out in the air. And it flashes in kind
of grimoire look.
Yeah, sort of a grimoire look, and it flashes and an invisible barrier goes up in front of us.
Nice.
I
You know, all
can't
these
say
like
that'll.
old bullets.
Yeah,
Oh, go on.
the old bullets.
Yeah, the old bullets like smash into it, and looks like they do some damage. A lot of sparks are flying, smoke's going everywhere, but the barrier is holding.
This is not going to hold forever, and it will also stop your bullets. So
Well, perhaps I'll switch tactics, and he sort of um, puts the wow, words are escaping me. The assault rifle down and sort of like takes his cane and sort of rushes in. I'm actually going to. I decided to take from the professional leave no one behind, which is in combat when you help someone escape, I roll plus sharp, and then there's some
Oh,
based on the rune.
perfect move for this.
Yes.
All right, so you're rescuing that dog.
Yes. No.
Okay, go for it.
Oh no, this might go poorly. 3, 4, 5. Yep, this is going poorly. All right. So yep, on him. So I do miss because it is only a 6. And on a miss, I failed to get them out, and I've attracted hostile attention.
Oh no, I was going to say that in Hollywood screenwriting they say save the cat, but in the movie we're making, in this Hollywood you save the dog. But I guess you don't, or
Yeah,
yourself.
unfortunately, not yet.
But you try. That counts.
Yes.
That's good. Um, so like you rush around to the edge of this cave. I think you grab the leash of Wee Mo, start pulling him out, and I think what what stops you and puts you in more danger. Let me actually read the full consequence here. You fail to get them out and you attracted hostile attention. Okay. So I think you bring Mo to kind of like the mouth of the cave, and this is when uh you see the main monster, the boss of these guys, show up in the moonlit desert outside. Because you did pick the one where he doesn't surprise you, so I will make sure you see him ahead of time. So the wind kind of parts. It's like swirling around. You get like these kind of like dust devils are going everywhere. It definitely looks like some like magical source is making the dust swirl in these dancing dust devils. In the middle of them, you see this lean, gaunt figure, like totally white, pale, uh, corpse-like skin, and they're wearing like black jeans, black boots, black spurs, and this long black coat that is waving in the wind. Um, you can kind of see like a bare, pale chest under this coat. They're definitely armed, like big pistols, probably more weapons inside the coat. Big black cowboy hat. Um, and then just like cold, icy eyes staring back at you. And you hear this voice like in the air and in your own mind too, being like, "You going somewhere?"
oh, your audio cut out.
Oh no, it's the most exciting moment too.
Let's see.
There you go.
I don't know what's going on with my
Okay.
mic.
It's all good. This is the joy of Zoom.
Yeah. Um, so I would reply, well, that was the original plan, but seems I might have to go through you.
Ooh, okay.
And I sort of step,
Um,
like, put myself between the dog and this new character.
ooh, all right. Wemo is kind of like freaking out, growling a little bit. Lucky,
Mhm.
your barriers. I mean, you rolled really well. Your barriers hold up against the skeletons, but you do notice that outside the cave in the desert, this man in black has shown up
Okay.
and is kind of facing off with Kesberg.
All right. She'll approach the mouth of the cave then. She was going to come up with a clever plan to disguise herself as the dog using her shape-shifting ability, but the guy's seen the dog now, so that's not going to happen. So she'll just approach.
Fair enough.
Ah, so the ringleader finally appears.
Ooh, so are you still keeping the barrier like from to stop the skeletons from shooting
Yeah,
at
she's
you?
still keeping that up, but she's also approached the mouth of the cave.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, you do still hear like they're kind of still clattering away at it. Um, yeah, the man in black kind of looks at you and like gives you, the hand to the hat brim, and he's like, Madame Demange, I've heard a lot of stories about you.
Oh, I'm sure all positive.
That they are.
And what do you want with this little pooch here?
Um, he just kind of smiles. He's like, maybe it ain't the dog I'm looking for. Maybe all along I was looking for you.
Ah, you have me. So, what is it you want?
He says, well, I'm just hoping you don't disappoint. And he's like holds out his hands, and these dust devils, these like spinning kind of mini tornadoes rush towards you guys to attack.
Okay. Well, she's gonna try to use magic, obviously, because that's what she do.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's see. I mean, if she can try to like drop one barrier and put up another, I know that's gonna let the skeletons out, but that's life, you know?
That's life.
Because I don't think she can focus on two barriers at the same time. That seems
Yeah. So you gotta make a choice here. You still have Kesberg with his gun though. So
yeah. I think you're going to have to take care of the skeletons. I'm going to have to stop this whirlwind.
I don't think bullets would work against a whirlwind, so
Mhm.
let's trade. Let's put it that.
All right. So she kind of stops concentrating on one, makes a few gestures, and tries to drop it on the other.
okay.
Oof, that
I
was
think
not
that's
a
still
great.
gonna require a roll.
Oh yeah, and it wasn't a great roll. I'm not. I didn't fail. I just didn't like make a succeed either. So I've got a 4 and a 2 for a 6, but then I get to add 3, so that makes it 9. So on a
Okay.
9, it does work imperfectly, which means there is a glitch. And you get to determine
Ooh.
what the glitch is.
Okay. I think it's going to be of short duration. I think that makes the most sense here.
Yeah.
You hold off the dust devils, but like you can tell this guy's magic is an equal to yours. He's packing some serious magical power. So he's gonna probably like make his dust storms like burst through and reach you.
Okay.
Very soon. You do kind of lose sight of him a little bit through the chaos of the dust, but you do get a hint of his like smile as this like full-on sandstorm starts raging around you guys. All right, Kesberg.
Yes.
The skeleton outlaws are firing at you. What do you do?
I think since they are skeletons, Levi is sort of the opinion that bullets are probably not going to do too much. At least not as much as they would to flesh and blood. So he's going straight, rushing in with the cane, and going to smack them with the blunt end.
Oh, I love it. Smash some skeletons. Okay. let's go ahead and do this. This kick some ass.
Yes.
Nice.
Where's 9? Um, it is 11.
Very good. And do you have the advanced move for kick some ass? I think you do.
It is. I do, but it is only an 11, so it is not 12 plus. So I wouldn't get
Okay.
the advanced yet.
It doesn't come into effect here.
Yes.
Fair enough. Okay. So you have to pick an extra effect from the 10 plus list.
Yes. There it is. So I think I will. I think I'm just gonna inflict terrible harm.
Nice. Yeah,
So,
how much harm do you do with that walking stick and all your power?
The cane sword is 2 harm.
Ooh, okay. You add some harm to that. Also, you take apart like a good half of these skeletons. Just how do you describe like how do you smash them to pieces?
I think. Yeah, it's basically just sort of with precision. The skull heads on these skeletons just get smashed to pieces. And,
Nice.
Yeah, and any sort of like any bullets that might have grazed him. He does have a. You would notice that he has a little bit of actual armor as well as his old immortal nature. So he technically has
okay.
two armor.
Ooh, okay. Well, I would say they do like about 2 harm to you, so but I don't think nothing's getting by that armor. So
Yeah.
you do okay there. You're just like swinging the staff down, skulls are shattering, and a bunch of these skeletons hit the dust. I think like some old shotgun shells do like fire into you, but your armor mostly takes, and you're able to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
So you're having a lot of good success taking these skeletons. Weemo is at your side, just barking away, doing his movie star dog thing. Madame Demange, outside, you were like getting stuck in the middle of a tornado. Your barrier is like going to be gone in a second, and just this like crazy dust storm is raging all around you.
Okay. She is going to attempt to read a bad situation at this point
Ooh, okay, very good.
because she doesn't feel like just lobbing magic is going to do anything. She needs to figure out what she's facing here. If that makes sense.
Good points. Okay.
Not her best thing, but let's try.
All right.
All right, I got a 4 and a 6 on the dice, so that's 10, and then I get to add 1 for 11.
Nice.
So,
all right, you get to ask 3 questions.
I do. Think what's the biggest threat is pointless. I know who it is. What's the best way to protect the dog?
Ooh, okay, I would say getting him out of here. Like,
Okay.
escaping from this guy.
Okay, great. What's most vulnerable to me? Like, how can I make my magic work in this situation?
Ooh. Just vulnerable. You get the idea this guy is a very powerful magic user who's drawing his magic from a source that is kind of weird and ephemeral and you don't quite understand. So he's not really vulnerable. His magic is kind of outclasses yours a little bit, unless you can figure out some way to separate it from his source or like do damage to the source of it. But you can, stun him or hurt him or find a way to fight through.
Okay. And what's my best way out?
Ooh, I think you're looking at it. It is Kesperg's car. Because this guy, I mean, he might be a magical monster man, but he is just on foot.
Okay. We have to get to your car, Mr. Kesberg.
Well, alrighty then. Sounds like a plan. Sorry. No. Right. So I
All right, so Kesper, you kind of know the mission to escape. You got
Yes.
Weemo is right next to you. These skeletons are still in crazy gunfight mode. You got the man in black right outside the cave.
Yes.
What do you do?
Um, I would like to try to do another leave no one behind roll.
Oh, nice. All right. It didn't work out last time, but maybe it'll work out this time.
Hopefully. Yeah. Okay, that's a little bit better. So we're at 6, 7, 8. Plus sharp is just a 9, so I can either get them out or suffer no harm. I think in this case, I would like to get them out.
Nice. All right. How do you charge across and get this dog into the car?
I think at this point, I just grab the dog under my arm and just sprint, obviously grabbing my SMG on the way out and sort of bowling through as much as I can.
Nice. You just like grab that dog kind of football style, rush over to the car, you throw him in the back. I think on the way you do kind of catch some more stray shots from the cave mouth. So you're going to take, I think, one more level of harm or I think it would go through your armor and hit you there. So you're going to take one level of harm.
One level? All right, yeah.
Yeah, like punches into you.
Yeah,
But yeah,
sense.
you make it to the car. All right,
Right.
Madame Demonte, you're looking back. You see the man in black, like, hoisting up his hands. These, like, crazy pillars of dust are, like, rolling around on both sides of him. What do you do?
All right, she's gonna try to hit him with some magical force to try to break his concentration on this.
Nice.
Because I know this isn't D&D, but we're still like lobbing around things we've summoned. So,
Yeah.
so she's gonna try to hit him with the big whammy, which is I'm kicking some ass, but I'm using weird instead of tough.
All right. Love that.
Whoa. Okay, no,
Oh no.
that's a straight up fail.
What happened?
I got a 2 and a 1 on the dice, and I get to add 3 for a total of 6. So whatever
Okay, mark the experience.
whatever this is, it is much more powerful than I know how to deal with. Let's see, kicking some ass. If I totally fail, I think I just take harm, correct?
Yeah. I think you're going to take 3 levels of harm.
Okay, I do get to ignore one of those, but I'll take the other 2.
Nice. I think what happens is like, as he's like floating in air, you start to get the spell ready. He just like draws one of his revolvers on you and fires, and it's like a blast of lightning kind of like cuts through this barrel and like sears into you and just blasts you down. You collapse onto the desert ground.
Fucking
Yeah, shocked with this
elementalists.
lightning. Yeah. All right. Kesberg.
Yeah. So
Dog
I
is in the
think-
car.
Yeah.
You're getting the engine going. What do you do?
Yeah, I think if I can, my car is temperamental, so if I can get it done, get it up and running, then I will, and sort of like steer it like to sort of get to Madame Demange, to make it easier, so she doesn't have to go too far.
Nice. Okay. For some evasive driving, I think this could be act under pressure.
Yeah, I could say that. That's kind of cocked. So, okay, so 6 on the die. Act under pressure is cool. So it is an 8.
Okay. Oh, I have to do some mean things here.
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna say you save Madame Demange, but the car will take some severe damage. And it's gonna have to go into the garage for some repairs later.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So we're making that choice.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
You swing around, you pull Madame Demange into the car, you start pulling away. a lot of the sand just like gets into the hood, starts messing up the car, but it's trundling, bouncing its way out of here. Madame Demange, you're kind of in the back of the car looking out at this the man in black who's kind of flying over, staring at you. Uh, you doing anything else as you pull away to make your escape?
Um, let's see. I mean, she's trying to figure out what on earth this guy is. Like, is there any way of perceiving using the sight, like the powers that are around him? Like, he's clearly drawing his power
Yeah.
from something else, but
I think that's a great idea.
okay.
Is that a spooky? Let me go back to the spooky
That
over
is
here.
the spooky move of the site. It's basically investigating a mystery, but I can also see spirits and magical influences. So she's trying to see the magical influences on this guy.
Nice.
If that
Okay.
makes sense.
You know, I think I'm not gonna make you roll for it.
Okay.
Tuned in enough to understand. So you notice two things. First of all, this guy has a connection to the dark powers.
Kind of thought he might.
I think you remembering that, you're able to understand this. You can sort of recognize the magical signature of the stuff you once wielded. And then the other one is a little weirder, a little more conceptual. You get images of violence and savagery of the American West, particularly around like conquest and manifest destiny. Like you see, you know, the battlefields of the Mexican-American War. You see kind of like the damage that was done to California because of the greed. You see just like the cruelty to the indigenous people, to all the different immigrant groups that came over to California. And you see just like the overall violence that kind of pervaded that time period. And you sort of see like he's sort of like, you know, absorbing that, using that as the basis for the pain that he is causing.
All right. She resumes her Lucky DeVille persona and goes like, well, look at this, the consequences of my actions.
Yeah, Casper's just sort of driving, but you see sort of like his face sort of like just goes like very serious at hearing that.
Oh, all right. So you guys bring Wemo back to the film set. You get a lot of, he's get big, you know, happy reception. Bosco Brewer, super happy to see him. You know, he's like, oh, my favorite four-legged star has returned. They're all celebrating into the night. Are you guys hanging around the film set to party with them? Or are you kind of like heading back to your offices? That definitely, you know, the report will go out to Crandall that you're going to get about your success.
I think Kesberg is going back to his old ways of just sort of being aloof, so to speak.
Okay. And then, Lucky, you think you head back to your office?
Yeah, she'll ask Casperk, like, do you think there's any way that you can give me a ride back into town?
I think that's possible, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
I think as soon as the car reaches Kesberg's house, it just like collapses. The engine just like gives one final grunt, doesn't turn over anymore.
Agency is not going to like this.
Ooh. All right, so the next morning, both you guys get called in to Crandall's office over at
There was something I
Maxima.
want to do at night.
Oh, yeah, please.
She's gonna go to Minwi.
All right, you
And
go find that beloved cat.
Yeah, and describe what this guy looked like to him. Is this something you've ever heard about before, Minwi?
Ooh. Minwi thinks about it, and then Minwi says, it seems new. but it might be. There's a term. You ever heard of this is a weird word, egregore? I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that right.
I can't say that I've heard of such a thing. No. What is it?
Yeah. So it's supposed to be like it's a weird thought form or like a manifestation of uh like feelings or a concept or a nation. It's sort of like an avatar for like a bigger idea. So like, Uncle Sam would be one.
And
Where
this
it's sort of like
gentleman
all
is-
the what's that?
And this is like Uncle Sam's evil cousin.
Yeah, that sounds right. I mean, Uncle Sam ain't real. He's just a guy on posters who points to you. But in a way, he sort of is because, he's sort of what America's supposed to be. Maybe this guy's like everything the West isn't supposed to be, but is.
This nation with its mask torn off.
Mm.
Oh, crap. Mr. O'Bannon is back. Hi, darling. How's it going?
So O'Bannon arrives. You should describe Tommy O'Bannon.
Sure. So Tommy O'Bannon is a hard-nosed fella from the hard streets of Manhattan. He's got red hair, blue eyes. He's got a really stout build. He's not a super tall guy, probably about 5'7". He always has like a lot of energy to him, which is maybe sometimes a little bit too much. But he's ready to go. He snacks on almonds a lot.
Nice. And he is your, I guess your main detective.
Yeah, he's my.
Or
main
I mean, I don't know. I
detective.
guess. What's up? Junior
he's-
detective. You might.
Yeah, junior detective. Only junior in the fact that he's lower in the agency than I am.
Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, he's like, just came in, hard night walking these mean streets.
I'd imagine so. Any updates on the affair? Got any pictures taken?
He pulls the camera. He's like, well, what can I say? I always get the money shot.
Indeed. Well, admirable work. I'm certain that will get paid a pretty penny from a very upset spouse.
Ain't
This-
that the truth?
There's a man I need you to be on the lookout for if he comes by the offices. Tall fella, pale. Dresses all in black. Looks like death warmed over.
Ugh. He says, I'll keep my eyes open.
See somebody like that, I want to know immediately.
All right. So he'll kind of keep the lookout for him. The next day, both you guys get called into E.C. Crandall's office over at the headquarters of Maxima Studios. And he's like, he gives you each like a humongous check. He's like, well done, well done. Wemo is back on the set. Golden State Monsters is back in production, and I know it's going to be a smash hit, all thanks to you.
Well, I'm glad that we was able to rescue your pooch.
Yeah. What exactly happened? I mean, I know there's all those crazy fanatics out there. I never knew Wemo had such a huge following. Did some of them steal him or something?
Basically, your typical blackmailer sorts. We convince them that their blackmailing might be not something that was going to pay off very well, except in lead, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, very much appreciated. And actually, I spread the news of what you did, and to the other big producer, the guy who owns Maxima Studios, as well as, well, it seems half the state, and he really wants to make your acquaintance. I'm sure you heard of him. You know, William Randolph Hearst?
Oh, everybody knows of William Randolph Hearst.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, William Hearst, I told him about what you did. He's very interested in pictures himself. Golden State Monsters, his brainchild. He's been like crazy about westerns lately, getting all these western artifacts. So when he heard you guys save Wemo, he wants to meet you in person. He invited you to a soiree over at his castle. It's a bit of a journey, but you can take his private plane.
That is
Mm.
fascinating.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit nervous about flying, but, well, I'm certain that this contrivance will keep us up aloft fair enough.
Um, he's like, yeah, it should. Like Hearst, guy's got more money than God, so I trust him.
Then
He used the details. The flight will leave like a little bit later in the day, and will take you right up to this like kind of private airfield outside of kind of near San Simeon, and then you can go, you know, by private car up to Hearst Castle for the party.
Well, a soiree. At least we're both dressed the part nowadays.
that's true. I did upgrade from my shabby robes of the past.
Well,
Okay, so yeah, so we'll kind of. I mean, I'm sure you guys are dressed in the nines. Um,
yeah,
as you
she's
were
got
sort of
like a
like,
mink stole and a pearl necklace, you know.
oh,
Silk gown.
naturally, perfect. Kesper, what are you rocking? You think as you
Um,
fly up to Hearst Castle?
yeah, I think his suit is freshly pressed and he's got his old he has a new like long coat that he wears. It's not his old ratty one, obviously. So,
Oh, awesome. Very appropriate for this cool party of like super Mr. Rich Man.
mhm,
Um, Kesberg, as you're kind of like getting ready at your office,
mhm,
you do get a call on the telephone, which you know
mhm,
is from the bureau.
mhm. He sort of like sighs and is like, there it's probably about the car.
You pick
Yes,
it up,
sir.
and they're like, Agent Kesberg,
Yes, sir.
uh, what is your report on the missing dog situation? Is all well?
The dog has been rescued. It seems some old Western skeletons were resurrected, uh, potentially dealing with a manifestation of the Old West, of the horrors of the Old West.
That's most troublesome. What's the status of your car?
It suffered some damage. Might need to take it in.
Good heavens. You know the taxpayers aren't made of cars, Mr. Kesberg or
I
Agent Kesberg.
I understand, sir, but the need was.
They're not cigarettes. You can't just smoke them up and throw them away.
I understand, sir, but the need was dire, and there's only so much you can do against dust devils.
Fair enough. Well, we understand you're going to an audience with Mr. William Hearst. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Hearst has very good relationships with the government. He's a top citizen. If Hearst requires your assistance, you are to deliver it. Simultaneously, Hearst is a man with a titanic ego. You should keep an eye on what he's saying and doing. If it is against the interests of the United States, we must be made aware.
Very well, sir. I'll keep my ear open.
Understood. Farewell, Agent Kesberg. Good luck to you.
Thank you, sir. I'll sort of hang up and sort of slump back into his chair.
you hear below you in the garage, the car just lets out another like groan. It's like part of it falls apart.
Yeah.
All right, so cutting ahead a little bit, you guys get this private plane. It's like one of the first private planes ever. It's a very like rickety, biplane kind of thing, but it gets you there pretty fast with only a minimal amount of horrible wind slapping at you. And then you guys like land. Fancy automobile picks you up and takes you into the hills, and you head over to Hearst Castle. This like humongous palatial estate. There's like huge outdoor swimming pool, giant like castle-like halls, full-on zoo in one end, and you got um like exotic animals like zebras and elephants just kind of like in the yard or in the big so the grounds like leading down the slope of this mountain where Hearst Castle is. You pull up and you find like the party's already in full swing. You got like a full band, lots of guests moving around. Everything seems kind of Western themed. They're playing like, sort of cowboy fiddle music. And a lot of the guests are like dressed up as like cowboys and cowgirls, but all very like fancy, expensive designer versions of that sort of thing. As you guys start heading through the, oh yeah,
Before we head in, Lucky DeVille has had her cat with her this whole time. As we get out of the car, she takes the cat and says, "All right, keep an eye out for that avatar. I want to know about him before he knows about me."
Ooh, nice. Okay. So the cat kind of goes on, and we sort of goes on like spy mode and starts slinking around the castle. I think both you guys do see some kind of, or I'll say one guest approaches you. He's like kind of an older guy. He's the only one who's not wearing like a full-on cowboy costume, though he does have like a cowboy hat. But he's kind of got a more like somber, dark suit, and he's like a graying mustache. Let me ask both you guys: do you think you ever ran into Wyatt Earp during your travels?
I'm gonna roll a die. If I roll odds, then yes. If I roll evens, then no.
Yeah.
I have met him.
I don't know. Did Kesper ever go to like Tombstone? What'd you get?
I rolled a 3, which means I have met him.
Oh, okay, cool.
But probably not as lucky.
No, yeah. I think, yeah, my work with the Bureau has sort of made it so that he's met a few people. So yeah, I think he is one of them.
Yeah, makes sense. So you guys like kind of or I think Earp like approaches you and sort of like gives you Kesperg a nod. I think he's like, Mr. Kesperg, pleasure. And is this Lucky DeVille?
I'm surprised that you know about me. Indeed it is. She offers her hand to be kissed.
Yeah. I've been in Hollywood myself for the past couple of years. Working for the studios, a consultant in all their Western pictures. And your name's come up as someone who's good at solving problems in that town.
I've been known to dabble.
Fair enough. He's like, tell me, do either of you have a connection to the Old West, my line of work?
Well, I'm sure you've heard of my grandfather Levi.
Oh yes, I heard the stories.
So,
Not exactly pretty stories, some of them.
not necessary, not always, but he did good work, and so I do have that connection, and I think my time with the Bureau, well, my line of work brought me to many many a Western town, as well as sorry, I lost my train of thought. I've been well trained and well versed in the West.
I'm afraid that I have very few connections to the West. I moved out here to this land of dreams and tinsel from back east.
Hmm. Wyatt's like, well, it seems that one's getting kind of tangled up with the other. I've been making a good amount of money just being a consultant in all these Western pictures and being like, that ain't how they held their guns and that sort of thing. And sometimes they listen to me, but sometimes they don't. I
Mhm.
still get paid though, and these days I'm getting on years. That's what's important.
That
Indeed.
is true. That is true.
Yeah, he says it's kind of funny what they'll do to a man's stories to package him up, make him say whatever they want. But then again, it's always been that way. That's how Buffalo Bill got his fortune. So I figure if it's going to happen, might as well make some money off of it.
Mm.
Speaking of which, maybe that's why Hearst wants you. He wants to hire you. He's over there in his main hall, which has become his collection. If you want to go check it out.
And pardon the attire, I was not informed that we'd all be dressing as cowpokes for this particular soiree.
He says, "Oh, that's all right. I just wore my usual clothes. No one told me it was a damn costume party."
Well,
They
fair
never
enough.
do.
All right, so you guys head into the big sort of central hall,
Mhm.
and you do indeed see William Randolph Hearst himself. He's kind of like giving some commands to some servants. He's like lean, good looking guy. He's not quite you know what's the word, old Citizen Kane just yet.
Mhm.
He's still kind of like a little bit more young, vibrant Orson Welles in this part of his life. Um, he is wearing like full like fancy cowboy regalia, and you do see like all around he's got all sorts of Western artifacts, and a lot of them are from like California too. Uh, in fact, you see one of them is like that you don't quite recognize is a grizzly bear, which is labeled like Monarch, the last grizzly, or the last golden grizzly, which is like this stuffed bear in this like huge glass case. And you know that, yeah, grizzly bears are all gone in California. This is like the last one, the remains of the last one. But as you're walking around the hall with before Hearst kind of notice you, you notice there's a bunch of other weird stuff. Like you see there are in a kind of like one of those circular glass dome-shaped glass cases. There's a set of vampire fangs that are like left over. Across from that, you see like in a more kind of like chilled, cooled area, there's an icicle. It looks like a piece of air cult. You can kind of feel the magic coming off of it. There's like a bowler hat that belonged to the man of sweet speech on like a bust sitting somewhere else. And then at kind of the far end, there's like one of the the lightning rods that was used to open up those dimensional portals. So, and you also see there's lots of like photographs, records of looks like of Kesberg, Madame de Monch, Wilbur, as well as Red Cassidy, Willa Bennett, some of the other characters that have appeared in this series. So it looks like he's kind of creating like sort of a museum or a treasure trove about you guys.
This is
Disconcerting.
quite the collection.
Yeah. Lucky, as you're doing this, Minwi kind of like comes back to you and sort of like rubs up against your leg and whispers like, I don't think the man in black is here, but there's a lot of magical energy coming from this room.
I recognize quite a bit of it.
Uh, so her spins around. He's like, Mr. Kesberg and Miss DeVille, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct. I'd ask how you
Well,
knew,
welcome.
except you're the most famous newspaper man in all the country. Suppose it's your job to know things.
How very droll of you. Yes. I see you admiring my collection.
Quite
It's a-
robust.
Thank you.
Indeed, some extraordinary pieces. I'm impressed with the preservation of this
Yes.
icicle.
Oh, yes, I had to use some very high-tech refrigeration technology for that. Only the best. It's quite a special specimen. A lot of these are from the Arcadian Club. I'm a leading member, and I was able to go into their collections and look for things related to old California IA, which fascinates me so deeply.
Hmm.
You don't
Yes, I
say.
mean my father he earned his fortune in gold of a different kind of gold rush, or gold rushes all over the world. Um, but the one in California, my home, has always been a particular interest to me. I've been trying to sort of gather these artifacts, build this collection, make something powerful. However, this is why I wish to retain you. There is one particular piece that I'm missing.
What piece would that be?
It is, yes. What's that? Oh, it is the head of Joaquin Murrieta.
The head of Joaquin.
Yes, indeed.
Murrieta.
Joaquin Murrieta, the famous California Gold Rush outlaw. He was killed and beheaded, and his head was on display in San Francisco. I visited a few times myself, always wished to acquire it, and then it was supposedly destroyed in the frightful earthquake. But I have reason to believe that it survived and escaped. It went south of the border, and that's why I wish to retain your services. I want you to bring me the head of Joaquin Murrieta.
Oh. What makes you think we're the people for that particular task?
Well, you found that dog, didn't you?
Did you find that dog?
Well, finding a dog and finding a skull are two different things.
Well, you do seem quite capable. And your detective agency is quite highly recommended. And Mr. Kesberg, you seem like a man who's good in a scrap, yes?
Some would say that, and I do have some bit of training in investigation myself, so
Splendid. So, in fact, I've already acquired the lead. I know the general area of where it is. So, I believe from some of my sources that Joaquin Murrieta's head is in Mexico. More particularly, northern Mexico.
quite a big area. Is there?
Yes. But more particularly than that, I believe the head is in the territory currently controlled by General Pancho Villa.
This would
It's
be
a bit of a coincidence because I'm actually going to send the film crew for Golden State Monsters into Mexico to get some firsthand battle military scenes that will just add the perfect bit of pop to that moving picture. So while they're there doing their filming, you can rendezvous with the good Pancho Villa, locate Joaquin Murrieta's head, and bring it back. It just makes business sense to me.
And I'm certain we're being flown down there on your expense as well.
Oh, all expenses paid. And I know that's dangerous because it is in the middle of a horrible revolution. But I think you'll be fine.
I've had to deal with horrible revolutions in the past, believe it or not.
Oh, well, hey, thereby hangs a tale, I bet.
Perhaps.
Wow. I guess this is good that I've been well trained.
Oh, so you'll accept?
Yeah,
Could be interesting.
You seem a man of means, so yes.
Very true. All right. Well, I have to go hobnob with some of my guests. You're welcome to stay here and enjoy the collection. And then I will do what I can to arrange travel south of the border.
Well, thank you,
Okay,
sir.
so good hunting. Fantastic seeing you. Mr. Kesberg, I just have to say,
Hmm.
it is an honor to meet the grandson of the famous Levi Kesberg.
The honor's all mine.
Well, thank you. All right.
By the
Enjoy the
way,
party.
this collection
yes.
here, what's that all about?
Oh, yes. I mean, usually I like to collect just European artifacts, that sort of thing. Suits of armor, crown jewels of Europe, that kind of stuff. But lately, I don't know. I've just been feeling, because since I'm producing Golden State Monsters, I've been trying to get more in touch with the history of the Golden State of my home. That's why I've got old Monarch over there, and he like pats the grizzly bear. So some of the more ultra stories of the Gold Rush fascinated me. So I've been collecting artifacts connected to those.
Interesting.
But like I said, with the head of Joaquin Murrieta, it will be complete. All right. Please enjoy the party, and ta-ta for now.
Ta-ta for now.
And yeah, ta-ta for now. So with that, Hurst heads away, and we are going to get into the final section of our game, the end of session. So we'll ask the following questions. Did we conclude the current mystery? No.
Not yet.
However, did we save someone from certain death or worse?
I
I would say so. You saved the dog. Wemo has been saved. Did we learn something new or important about the world? What do you guys feel?
I would say probably, yeah.
All right. And then, did you guys learn something new about one of the hunters?
I mean, I feel like quite a bit of new information was at least about me and, Kesberg's whole working for kind of the CIA. By the way, would I have healed up overnight? I mean, I could have used magic.
Yeah, I think so. I think enough time has passed, and it'll be like another, day or two before you guys go into Mexico. So yeah, you'll all be all healed up, ready for our next part. Yeah. So now we know there's some kind of weird connection between the collection of Hurst and the Man in Black. I mean, we was kind of able to piece that together, but you're not sure what. You also know that it's like kind of missing that Murrieta's head is some kind of like key to putting this together. And you're not sure what exactly Hurst is to the Man in Black, but there is some kind of connection there. As well, we also do know, I'm not sure if I said it, but Hurst is a member of the Arcadian Club.
Yes, you did.
That kind of weird secret society. Yeah. They're out there. Another great weird California thing. They're out there doing their weird rituals in the woods. All the rich and powerful people of America doing weird bonfires in front of like a giant owl statue. Um, having fun out there.
Hmm.
And Hurst is, and yeah, the real Hurst was definitely a member as well. So
Hmm.
that's some historical accuracy. But yeah, we will return in 1 week. I'm thinking on the
Yeah.
10th
How much experience
for our
did we
next
get?
episode, which is what's that?
Did you say? Is it 2? Experience.
The 10th. Wait, am I
Yeah.
wrong?
Sorry,
yeah,
we're
yes, we 2
end of session.
experience.
Yes, 2. Okay.
Yeah, end of session because we answered 3 correct, so it should be 2. Yeah, 2 experience.
Okay, thanks.
So
Mhm.
we'll return on the 10th for episode 2 of this arc, which is entitled Pancho Villa Presents. And that will be the penultimate episode of the entire series.
Jeez. The end, man. I was like, does it, I don't know. Do I hear different things that make me laugh inside this game. I don't know. Like the collection connection, do we have to head over to Conjunction Junction to find the collection
Great.
connection?
Things are rhyming.
Not
Yeah.
only that, but I was like, here's Michael's like setting the scene. Okay, so skeletons can't play harmonicas, you guys. Like, I mean, as he's setting the scene, he says that, and I was like, how are we not laughing at this? This is fucking hilarious. It's like babies can't sing. Okay. Oh, really good. Thank you for those. I was trying to get work done and produce at the same time, and I had to write it down. I had my dry erase board going, oh, okay, this is too funny. So thanks, guys. Thanks for putting this into the world. Yes, we are back next week. We have 2 more episodes of this crazy Golden State Monsters. I do like that it's how you're ending this very much when it comes to the Golden State Monsters is the movie. These guys are basically pretending to be consultants or whatever, and it's kind of a cool generational, I don't know. It just really, this one feels really, really good. So thank you for that. Hopefully everybody else thinks it's very entertaining because I sure do. But we have, you have to wait, 6 more days. We'll be back next Tuesday. But until then, make sure to pull up a chair and make time to tabletop.
Time to tabletop.
People, we will see you all very soon. We'll see you next week. All right.
Au revoir.